Well, hello, Peggy, Connie, April, Gladys, Living Life Loving, Martha Medina. How are all you ladies today? Computer's freezing up on me here. How are you ladies doing today? It's been pretty chilly here. 38 degrees tonight. It's only like 46 degrees right now. It's the coldest day we've had so far. And there's Boulder City. Hello, Boulder City. Doing good here. I've always gotten a lot of work done. Well, good. Good cooking and watching football. Nice here in Vegas. It's rainy here today, and it's going to be rainy tomorrow too. It's supposed to rain throughout the night, starting again about 8 o'clock, and then rain all the way till 8 o'clock in the morning. I think tomorrow night or the next night it's supposed to be down to 31. So I had to turn my little fireplace on today to take the chill out of the house. It was a little chilly when I got up this morning. I don't even know who's playing today. Who is playing football today? I don't even know. This is Georgia, yeah. Georgia. I recognize your name, Boulder City. Seahawks and Browns. Cowboys won earlier. Well, it's about time they started winning some games. I've been so busy today, I have not even had my TV on today yet. April says she follows the Raiders. We got 7 inches of rain the last 2 days. No wonder it's flooded Granbury. You love the new fishing video? Yeah, I was talking to a gentleman. He just walked out on the pier, said he just got off work, and he used to live in Dublin, Texas, which is not too far from here. It's up the northern part of the state from where I'm at. And he moved back here to help his mom out since his dad passed away. And there's Mardell. Hello, Mardell. And I was happy to see that Mardell and Connie both got their little buddy plaques. I hope they enjoy them. No, I don't think so. I'm not going out with him. I talked with him. That's all. Gladys, you're always thinking about the men. I don't know what we're going to do with you. I was going to have some people come in and join me in the chat, but I had already scheduled my chat for today or my live, and it wouldn't let me go back in and change, edit some of the settings. So what I did, I said, well, I'll just wait till the next live that I have this week, and I'll leave the chat open, I'll leave it open to where other people can come in and be on a panel with me, so you'll actually see their pictures up on the screen. I thought that might be fun for a change. Oh, there's Ashley. Hello, Ashley. Glad you could join us. I've been messing around out in the yard today trying to see what I can do, about gathering stuff in before it gets down too cold, because Tuesday night we're supposed to get down to 31. That's freezing. So, and I had been meaning forever to harvest my Swiss chard and all the greens, so I finally got that done today. Mardell, your day has been rotten. I'm sorry. You like baseball too, April? Hi, Animals Home Life. How are you doing today? The wind's blowing here today. It looks dark and gloomy, and it's cold. When it's rainy, had been raining, and everything's wet outside, and it's cold, it just feels like it chills you to the bone. Well, thank you, Marthy. It's old. I've had it for a long time, but I like it, so I keep wearing it. It's one of those blouses that you can just wad up my ball and throw anywhere and then put it on and it still looks good. It's stretchy, kind of like one size fits all. Pouring rain here, 45 degrees. Yeah, it's 46 here, and we're supposed to get light rain off and on, and then it's supposed to really start raining at 8 p.m. and rain all through the night to 8 a.m. in the morning. And then it's going to fare off a little bit, but it's still going to be a little cold for a couple of days. When it's chilly, I don't want to get out of bed. I like to stay in there where it's warm. I'm like a bear. I like to hibernate. Mardell says flat tire, and I'm pretty sure the upstairs neighbor did it. Oh no. Don't tell me you got a feud going on with your next door neighbor. That's not good at all. You need to put your security camera up, so next time something like that happens, you'll have it on video. At least you'll have proof of how it happened and who did it. Why would your neighbor cut your tires or flatten your tires like that? That's awful. Tires are not cheap. Well, I like my older style clothes better than I like most of the new stuff out here. Clothes just go round in a circle. They run their lifespan, and then they repeat all over again. Me too, Anna's Mobile Home Life. Rainy days make me feel lazy. Yep, you need to get some security cameras and put them up. That's what my brother had to do because he had people breaking in his house all the time. And he said, I'd file charges, but he said, I can't prove who did it. So he needs to get him a camera and put it up in his house. At least in the hallway, if nowhere else. That way he can see them going down the hall, coming out, leaving. He's got proof on the camera that they're in his house and when they shouldn't be. He's mad at your son and his friends must life right. Oh my gosh. That is so petty to do vandalism like that to your neighbor because boys are mad at one another. Or because he's mad at your son. I mean, I don't know what he's mad at your son about, but that's no excuse for him to come over and flatten your tire. That's not good at all. Teenagers are horrible. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes they can be. Yeah, so I thought I'd tell all of you that come into chat today that if you want to be up on the panel next live, if you have access to do that, you're more than happy to join the panel, because I'm hoping I'll have some other people join me. I'll leave my chat open or my live open so other people can join up on the screen. I thought that would be fun and kind of different for a change. I know nothing could be that bad that they come over and start vandalizing your property. Tires are not cheap. Oh my gosh. Gladys says she'll bring her wooden Indian. Her wooden Indian can guard your car. Yeah, I tried to go back in and change the settings on this live today to make it open so people could join, but it wouldn't let me change the settings. The only thing I could do was delete it out and start over, and I really didn't want to have to do that. I hate deleting out any of the videos or any of this, so next time I go live, I'm just going to leave it open. So like I said, if anybody wants to join in and be put up on the screen with me, they're welcome to do that, as long as we have room for you up there. Yeah, make sure you keep your car locked after him doing that. It's a wonder he didn't break any of your windows. Oh my goodness. I hope you have a locked gas tank too, because sometimes these people get mad and they put sugar or salt down in your gas tank, and that ruins your engine. So maybe they haven't thought of doing that, or hopefully you've got a locked gas tank. Mine is locked. You have to open the panel from the inside of the car to be able to get to the gas tank. Oh, well, maybe they won't think of it, hopefully. Yeah, I would say call and report it, but really there's nothing you can do if there's not proof of who did it, when they did it, and all that. That's the reason I suggested get a camera. You have car thieves there, April? Well, hi there, Holiday. How are you doing today? I'm glad to see you in chat today. I was telling everybody just a few minutes ago that next live that I do, I'm going to leave my panel open to where anybody can join me up on the screen that wants to, as long as we have room. I was going to change it and do it for this time, but it wouldn't let me go in and change it. So I decided just to do it like normal this time, and next time I schedule a live, we'll leave it open and invite people in. I figured that would be fun for a change. Yeah, you've always got to have proof. But if you get them on camera, you know, that's proof. That's all the proof you need. You got them in the act. Some of them are not very expensive. It just depends on what route you go. You can get a good security camera for about $100. That is good for day or night. Some are cheaper than that if you don't mind having an electric camera. The solar ones cost a little bit more, but I've got a combination of both. I've got some solar cameras here, and I've got two electric cameras. So if one fails, you know the other one is bound to pick up. And there's Kathy Phillips. Hello, Kathy. Welcome. Glad to see you in chat today. Right. The solar cameras connect to your Wi-Fi. The electric ones do too. I can bring up any screen of any one of my cameras on my computer or my phone. I've got apps on my phone where I can just go to the app and pick up whatever it's looking at. I showed it to my brother when I was in North Carolina. I brought up my security camera screen up on my cell phone, and I said, see, I can watch my house even when I'm away. And I said, I can actually talk through the camera to whoever I might see in my yard. So it's pretty cool. You have a few cameras. I have too. I got about 8 or 9 cameras. They cover all my whole yard, all the way around the house. When you're female and live alone, you need cameras up. At least if somebody comes and they're up to no good, you got them on camera anyway. The neighbor's Xbox and monitor got stolen the other night, and he accused my son and friends of doing it. Probably retaliation. You never know, Mardell. You just never know. You talk to your dog through your camera. That's pretty cool. That way he thinks you're still there. So far, mine has not picked up anybody up to no good in my yard, but which is a good thing. Yeah, my cameras are motion censored. They'll kick on, start recording from motion detection. And then, believe it or not, I got other lights around the yard that are motion censored. So at any given time, if anybody walks by those motion lights, they're going to come on. Yeah, I got a little buddy to guard me. Yeah, it's really bad. I had somebody come by one time. It was a car that I had bought for my daughter, and my daughter moved out, so the car was parked at the edge of the yard. Somebody come by one night and cut all 4 tires. I said, that was a cheap shot right there. I live way out in the boondocks, April says. Well, usually thieves will hit more higher priced areas than what I'm in. I mean, there's some divisions around here that have really expensive homes. So if people want to steal something, they usually go to that area because they know they've got more valuables than I would have where I live. Yeah, it's the times we live in. You just never know about people. I mean, sometimes I think they break in just to steal food out of your refrigerator. I mean, it's ridiculous. Little buddy scratched her eyeballs out. He probably would if he got a chance. Yeah, I know. It's just like, and there's Linda. Hi, Linda. Welcome to my chat. And Michelle. How's Michelle doing today? Well, thought I put you back in there. You are in there. There. I'm okay. Thank you. And you? I'm fine. It's a little chilly here today. It's only 46 degrees. And it's been raining. We got 7 inches of rain in 2 days. Because I checked my water on my rain gauge a while ago, and it was up to 7. So that was for 2 days. The last 48 hours, 7 inches. We needed the rain though, but it's no wonder it flooded around here because of how much rain we got all of a sudden. Connie says, I leave the TV on all night of crime here in the city. We've had 4 armed men with masks come and try to steal our daughter's car while we were on our deck watching them. Oh my God, that is insane. They try to steal the car while you were right there? That's pretty bold. What did you do about it? I'd have been calling the cops while I was watching them, and I'd have took some pictures of them. That's scary. Hi, Kimbra. How are you? Linda, did you get the cute Halloween cookie recipe I sent you? Not yet. Did you send it in Messenger or email? I haven't checked. I'll have to check, Kimbra. That's just horrible and very scary. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do if I'd be out under my patio and literally see 2 guys come up under my carport trying to steal my car. If I could think fast enough when I saw that done, I'd snap a picture first, then I'd be calling 911. And when they answered, what's your emergency? I say, there's 2 thieves trying to steal my car right in front of me. Oh my God. So they didn't get away, right? I mean, they did steal a car, crashed it because they had robbed a bank earlier that day. Oh my God. People are crazy. I know you had liked doing delicious. Okay, well, I'm going to check, Kimbra. I'll check when the live's over and see if I got it. I probably did. I just haven't checked. That's okay, Michelle. And there's Teresa Foreman. How are you? Yeah, I know. I mean, it's terrible. I've been fortunate right here where I live. I've not really had bad things going on, but the people right down at the end of my street, had went on vacation one week here a couple of years ago. They don't live out here anymore, but they went on vacation, and when they come back, they discovered somebody stole the washer and dryer that they had just bought. They put it in this big utility shed behind their house that they fixed especially for the washer and dryer, and had a padlock on the door. Whoever stole it cut the padlock, stole a brand new washer and dryer right out of their shed while they were on vacation. Now, I've never had anything like that happen to me, but really, I don't have anything outside for anybody to steal. They've since moved away. I don't know where they moved to. But another guy that I know that lives out here in this area, I asked him to do some sheet metal work for my patio. And he said, well, he would, but he didn't have any tools right then. He said all of his tools were in his trailer. He had a big box trailer that he kept all of his tools and stuff for work. And whenever he went to a job to do anything, he took the whole trailer with him. That way he had anything he needed at the time right in that trailer. And he said somebody came and stole his trailer one weekend. They just hooked to the trailer and drug it off. And to my knowledge, he's never found out who took it or got any of his tools back. And that's pretty bad. I mean, that was stealing that man's business. That was his livelihood, you know. I mean, that was his life. That was his job. And after you have that stolen, you have no tools left. So what are you going to do? And you know for sure he couldn't afford to buy all those all over again. I mean, right away. It takes time to acquire all the tools you need to run a business. Yeah, some people will steal anything. They don't care. If they think they can use it, they'll steal it. Yeah, you better be careful, because they'll steal your animals too. My daughter said she just knew one time that somebody stole her Cocker Spaniel. His name was Charlie. Because the only time she'd let him out once in a while during the day, just to run around a little bit, and he'd always come right back. Well, she let him out this one afternoon when she got home from work for him to run around the building. He never came back. And they started running ads in the newspaper and posting ads all around the apartment complex and everything for her dog. 3 days later, someone called them and they said, I think we've got your dog. Because her phone number was on his collar, on the tag. And they said they were worried about him because he wouldn't eat. And she says, Mom, I know that's the only reason they brought Charlie back, is because the dog would not eat, and they figured if they didn't take him home, he was going to starve to death, and it wouldn't do him no good to keep him. Because why would you wait 3 days to return a dog? I mean, if you were going to return him, you'd do it the first day you found him, right? I mean, you wouldn't wait. But she got him back. That was her baby. No, they just saw a good breed of dog. He was a really nice dog. I don't know. I think she got him at the flea market in Arlington. There was a guy up there that ran one of the stands all the time. He had a stand up there selling stuff. And his dog had puppies. So her husband bought one of the puppies from him. And it was Charlie, the little Cocker Spaniel. And he was a little doll. I know, isn't that a shame, April, that they train those dogs to fight? I mean, it's just awful. Some people do chickens that way. And sometimes those poor animals fight to the death, you know? And all these people watching them just think it's fun. I mean, that would be gross and horrible to me. I know Mardell hasn't been in my live chats in a while, but I'm sure he's been busy or she's been busy. Steal your baby to fight it. Yeah. I think it's starting to rain right now. I hear it. It's just a light rain, but I can hear it hitting the house. Yeah, here in Texas, it goes from one extreme to the other. It's either 105 or 109 degrees outside, or today, like it's 46. It's cold. Now, like 3 or 4 days, it's going to be back up to 75 or higher. Because usually our cold days don't last very long unless we have like a week long snowstorm like we had one time before. Gladys been on a honeymoon with Elvis. What'd you do with your wooden Indian, Gladys? Did you put him in the corner? Trade him in for Elvis? Yeah, that's the way it is here. It was pretty warm yesterday, but today it's 46 degrees and raining. Because it is raining right now. It'll rain, get everything wet, and then it'll get down to freezing. Tuesday night, I think it's supposed to get to 31. Tomorrow night, it's going to be 34. Tonight, 38. And then Tuesday night, 31. Elvis had a sexy mouth. Yeah, this is a bad time of year. It gets gloomy from rain and everything, and I guess a lot of people kind of get depressed at all of it. They were, yeah, they'll steal anything. They were my daughter's cats. We helped their mom give birth to them when she was a little girl, and she was heartbroken. Hmm. Well, yeah, you wanted a wooden Indian, though, Gladys. That's the kind of man that can't talk back. He just has to kind of do what he's told. 32 degrees in Ottawa, California? I didn't think it got that cold in California. I know. You never know what Gladys is going to say. Oh, Canada, not California. Ottawa, Canada. I didn't think there was an Ottawa, California. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, 32 degrees is freezing. Woo. Like I said, I'm chilly today and it's only 45. Well, it dropped to 45 now. Yeah, I was going to have people come in and be up on the panel today, but when I went back into the settings of the live, it wouldn't let me change anything. So not without deleting it out. And I said, oh, well, I'll just wait till the next live I have and we'll do it then. And his mobile home life says, I'm lonely. No men talk for me. Thanks. 77 degrees in Hawaii. Like 177. Oh, couldn't imagine that. Oh, wow, Michelle. You're drowning in Hawaii. I made a lot of sausage potato soup. It's sitting on the stove on low. That sounds good. I don't know what I'm going to fix for dinner tonight. I haven't cooked anything today. Yeah, I've come to that conclusion too, Anna's mobile home life. From some of the men that I've run into since I've been single, I'm better off by myself. Yeah, that's the way it was in my yard through the summer, April. The grass was so brown and dried out, it just crunched under your feet. I've never had sausage potato soup before, but that sounds good. Potato soup, yeah, but not with sausage, but why not? Yeah, I was trying to make up my mind what I was going to fix for dinner tonight, but I've got all those greens that I gathered today. So I know I'm going to have to cook them for sure. But I can cook those and freeze part of them. I don't have to eat them all at one time. Because that's going to be a big pot of greens. Of course, they'll cook down to about half the amount they are or less, once they're cooked. I don't think anybody said cookies, Gladys. I'm out of cookies. A lot of places are getting snow already. I know there was supposed to be snow moving into Amarillo and all up north of Texas here. I said, well, I don't want it down here. They can keep it. Amarillo usually does get snow, though, when any cold weather comes through. It doesn't usually come down this far south. I mean, once in a while it will, but not too often. Okay, April, we'll get back with you in a little bit. She's got to go take care of business. Going on a date with her boss, said, heck no. She said, he's got money and money means nothing. No, thank you. He can keep his money. That's just it. It's his money. And I doubt he's going to share it. The soup I love is hamburger soup or ground beef soup. Oh my God. That is so good. Fix it like you would vegetable soup, only brown your ground beef in a pan or pot before you add the other stuff to it. And man, it gives it such a good taste. Oh, I could eat a big old bowl full of that right now. Yeah. We don't get ice and snow too often, but occasionally we do. And it doesn't usually last very long. I mean, that week-long snowstorm we had was the biggest snow we've ever had out here. pumpkin bars. I've not made pumpkin bars. I've made pumpkin cookies. I've made pumpkin soup. I've made pumpkin pie. I've made pumpkin spice muffins, which are really good. I've made a lot of things with pumpkin, but not pumpkin bars yet. Yeah, I saw his video of potato soup, or most of it anyway. I didn't have time to watch it all. He must have the flu or something. Mr. B's, hello. I don't think I've seen you in chat before, but hello. And Chelsea, hello. Welcome. Glad to have anybody that's new in chat today. Are you Pumpkin D out? Hi, Chelsea. How are you? A Smithville ground sausage, onions, celery, carrots, garlic, cream, corn, chicken broth, and cheese and potatoes. That sounds real good, Holiday. Ooh. I might have to make something like that for dinner tonight. I don't know. I've never heard of coffee soup, but hamburger soup is so good. Oh my gosh. I'm great, Chelsea. How are you doing? Men are too much work. I'm beginning to think that too. Well, I already made lasagna. I made that, about a week ago, and did a video on my lasagna. I made it with my homemade cottage cheese, remember? Holiday, I see that Smith sausage is okay. I will get some tomorrow and try it. Sounded good until you said cheese. You don't like cheese, Mardell? Oh my God, I love cheese just about of any kind. Now, draw the line of that expensive cheese that they have overseas. They actually have maggots in or worms in or something. That's the most expensive cheese you can buy. And I wouldn't have any of it if they gave it to me. I'm not going to eat anything that something's alive inside of. They say they outlawed it in some places where they can't sell it anymore. Coffee soup is a poor man's bowl. Well, what do you put in coffee soup, Kimbra? What goes in coffee soup? I've never heard of it. Yeah, I'm not going to eat anything that's moving in cheese either. I saw a video on it one time where they said it was the most expensive cheese. And I says, oh my God, you couldn't give me that crap. You could dig a hole and bury it. That's what I'd do with it. Yeah, I think it's, I forgot where it's from. Somewhere in Italy or somewhere over that way. Like I said, I think they've outlawed the sale of it now, but I'm sure you can get it from people that, make it without having to go through an actual store or, places like that to buy it. But I wouldn't have it. moving cheese, right? It might move off the plate before you get to eat it. I don't remember the name of it. It's just some kind of cheese that they make over in other countries that actually has worms in it, and you see them crawling around when you break it open. And it's supposed to be like a delicacy. And it's like, no, no, no. No way. I don't even want that in my house. And you made pumpkin smoothie. What's the reason? What's it to do for you? I have no idea. I guess the taste of the cheese. I don't know. I wouldn't have it. No, it ain't even coming in my house. Yeah, get the fly swatter. I don't either. I know. I don't want to see it or eat it if it's moving. If it's got living stuff in it, I don't want it. Ooh. That reminds me, I found one of the first tomato worms out there today when I was cutting greens. I walked by the tomatillo plant, and there was a great big old 4-inch long green tomato worm on it. It's like, ugh, gross. Nasty, yeah. And just got a message from someone that said that it was 27 degrees in Colorado today. Whew, that's cold. I can't imagine 27 degrees at 3, almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Gladys, you're something else. She says, now I'm not hungry anymore. You mean you don't want some of that expensive cheese, Gladys? Yes, ma'am. I got my peppers too today. I got 2 great big containers of peppers, and I got a great big bowl of packed down greens. Then it's going to take me a while to get them wilted down in the biggest pot I've got to cook them. Why did the nurse tiptoe over to the medicine cabinet? It has translucent maggots. If the maggots are not wriggling, the cheese has gone toxic. Right. They have to be alive for them to eat it, because it's no good if they've died in the cheese. But I don't want it. Well, hello, CB. I don't know the answer to that. Uh, Mardell says, why did the nurse tiptoe over to the medicine cabinet? I don't have a clue. Evidently nobody else knows either. So, CB, you know exactly what kind of cheese I was talking about then. Kazu Marzu. So she wouldn't wake the sleeping pills. Oh, that's cute. I know. I mean, I wouldn't eat any of it. I wouldn't take the chance, even if some of them were still alive in it. Didn't want to wake the Indian up. I don't know yet. It'll probably come out in the video. In fact, maybe that's what I'll do for dinner tonight. I might fix my peppers and do my video tonight. I'll either do it tonight or tomorrow. I got so many, I don't know. It just depends. Because a lot of them are bell peppers, some of them are hot peppers, some of them are poblano peppers, some of them are, oh, what do you call them? Can't think of the other name, but they're a little bigger than a jalapeno, but they're not real hot. Oh, that sounds good, Teresa. Barbecue baby back ribs. Oh, my goodness. I want some of them. I haven't had barbecue baby back ribs in a long time. No, I still have to do that. I told Gladys we found a wooden Indian for her. He's 5 foot tall, but he cost about $400. I can't afford to buy him for Gladys. I always start coughing when I'm out in the yard doing stuff. Baby back ribs. I think the last ones I ate, I cooked them in the crock pot, and those things fell apart. You'd pick up the bone and all the meat slid off the bone. I said, well, I didn't want them cooked that done. I wanted at least be able to hold the bone and bite the meat off, but they were still good. Buddy standing guard with a rifle and uniform. If there are two flies in the kitchen, which one is the cowboy? I have no idea. I've never heard that joke, Mardell. Yeah, I'm hungry for baby ribs too. I'd love to have me some baby back ribs. I have OU's sugar-free hickory barbecue sauce. I can't see one word you typed in, Gladys, because the heart's right over it. They need to move that heart somewhere else on the screen, not right up there. Oh, Linda, you like to bite the meat off. Right. Yep, I do. Say unique New York 5 times fast. Unique New York. 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 You get all tongue tied with that. Bushferry 245. Who are you asking? I'm old enough to eat cornbread without choking on it, if you're asking me. My sister-in-law's doing pretty good. She's in rehab right now. And she said she's so tired of being there, she just wants to go home. Holiday says, I don't need the dark. Can you say electrical Ebo? I don't even know what that is. Answer to prayer. Linda, you need to see a doctor, not to scare you, but my daddy did this cough just out of the blue. He later found out he had lung cancer. Please, please. Well, I know it's my allergies because this morning when I was in the house, I was fine. It's when I go outside and I'm breathing the outside air and I'm messing around the garden is when my allergies affect me. Yeah, I use that mesquite smoked barbecue sauce. Mesquite hickory smoked sausage sauce, or so, I don't know what they call it, but I've used that a lot. The cowboy fly is on the range. Oh my gosh. I get it. He's on the stove. There's no telling where the female fly is. Yeah, it's the story of my life. I mean, I breathe the air and I start coughing. But me, like a fool, I dehydrated basil and I had a bunch of it in the house. And that's when my allergies kicked back in. So I took the dehydrator and put it out on the patio table. And that's where I left it overnight. But still, by then, it irritated my chest to where I was about to get an infection from it. So, but it's almost cleared up now. I just have to be careful because I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. You say you're blind, Bush Ferrari, or whatever your name is, the home on the range. Yeah, that's good. I'm sorry to hear that, Anna. Anna's Mobile Home Life. Do you know how to make a cake? I've made cakes. I've baked cakes before. I mean, most people do. I've put my crock pot outside before when it was extremely hot weather because it puts off too much heat in the house. But the more I smelled that basil, the harder it was for me to breathe. So finally, I just unplugged it and took it outside and put it on the patio table. And then I turned on the fans to air the house out to get that smell out of here. But it already irritated my chest. So that's one reason I'm coughing now. I'm still clearing up from that. That was a lot of basil to go through to fill that dehydrator up. And I mean, I have that dehydrator packed. I missed your comment, Gladys. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know how far back it was. It says, Linda, you like to bite the meat off. That was the one I found. I don't know. Yeah, I put it in jars. I made pesto out of a lot of it. And then I've dehydrated the next harvest in the dehydrator to make dried basil so I can just store it in the jars over the winter. I made a video on making the pesto when I did that here about a week or so ago. Yeah, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Me when I eat some spicy food, no reaction. The bathroom will see your reaction. Yeah, I could imagine. They told my mom she had COPD a few years before she passed. Yeah, I know. Gladys, you're terrible. Like to bite the meat off the bone. I don't know what we're going to do with Gladys now. I mean, I just don't. You can freeze it too. I mean, like you make pesto, you can freeze it for about at least up to 6 months, I think, but you can keep it in a jar for quite a while in the refrigerator. Yeah. That last harvest I got was a big one. Man, I'll tell you, I got a lot of basil that last time. I really packed it in that dehydrator. Jock Hope saw a dead body on YouTube. Oh, goodness. Well, welcome. I guess you're a new subscriber, too. I'm not sure I pronounced the name correctly, but... Well, welcome. Glad to have you. Yeah, I'm still trying to decide what to do with all the peppers because I've got quite a few bell peppers and I've got quite a few of the smaller, like habaneros or poblano peppers. So I haven't decided what to do with all of them yet. Why would I want you to leave the chat? Bush Ferrari or whatever, 245. I haven't noticed any bad comments. I don't know why you would ask me if I wanted you to leave or not. Has anybody else seen him make a bad comment or anything that he should leave? Thank you, him not going. Okay. Yeah, happy you're staying. Can always use new subscribers. Oh, well, I saw that and I said, yeah, I know how to make a cake. I mean, I've made cakes before. It's been a little while since I've baked one, but yeah, I know how to bake a cake. Yeah, where did you see the dead body on YouTube? What was it a body of? An animal or a human? Yeah, I watch a lot of those true crime shows too, but I don't know that. I mean, I guess I have seen dead bodies in the morgues when they go in the morgues sometimes or in different places. And you know what? I just realized I haven't changed my chat up here. I put it on live chat. And I always forget to do that. That way I see all the chats, not just the top ones. At funerals. Yeah, I think one thing that my sister-in-law is dealing with right now is pain. She says she's feeling a lot of pain, and it's hard to get them to give her pain medication. But you know, they don't want to give you too much. But sometimes the pain medication they give you doesn't work. Do you like pride? I don't know what you mean by that. Do I like, do you like pride? You talking about some kind of a movie or show or something? I live in Texas, USA. Oh, pride sausage that's made in Tennessee. I didn't know what it was. Pride. Where do you live, Bush Ferrari, at 245? I know I don't say that right. They said it was pride sausage made in Tennessee. I'd never heard of it because, I've never been to Tennessee. Where do you live at? I'm in the good old USA, Texas, one of the biggest states and one of the hottest states. Cookies, please, anyone? Somebody throw that woman a cookie. They said it was pride sausage that's made in Tennessee. I don't know if it's a brand name or just the name of the sausage. I know there's 47 in chat and there's only, I don't know how many thumbs up. 17. There's your cookies, Gladys. Teresa sent you some. They look like chocolate chips. As far as I know, ladies, one person said that pride was pride sausage made in Tennessee. It's like Jimmy Dean, but it's pride sausage from Tennessee. 11 people watching a woman sleep. That is kind of crazy. I don't think I'd want to sit there and just watch someone sleep. Here in Texas, it's 4:14 p.m. I know they have these sleep clinics where people have like sleep disorders and people hook all kind of gadgets up to these people, and there are people that monitor them all through the night to watch them sleep. I don't think I want a job like that. Yeah, Elvis has probably heard of fried sausage. Teresa says, I've had a sleep study like that. Was diagnosed with sleep apnea. Yeah, I had to do a sleep study. No fun. I bet. I know. I don't know if I could actually lay down and go to sleep in a place like that. I know. Who would want all those wires hooked to you and people watching you sleep all night? I probably would stay up all night because I couldn't sleep with them watching me like that. Say who, Linda? All right, who? Boulder City, me either, unless they knocked me out with some good drugs. Right. I'd be the same way, Mardell. I know I couldn't sleep with 100 wires hooked to me and everybody watching me. They do it from home now. I didn't know they did all that. I mean, I know they had clinics where they did it. Your son has sleep apnea, Connie. He had 2 studies to figure that out. Well, did they finally able to help him? You had your first one at home, Teresa? They're not in the room. It's hooked up on a machine that records your actions. Hmm. They sent you a gadget to put on your index finger and you connect it to another and it monitors everything. Huh. That's weird. You wonder, though, how machines like that can really know what's going on. Boulder City, you don't want anybody recording your actions. Bush farer needs sleep. Bye. Okay, well, come back and see us sometime. Have a good evening. I'm back. He's doing okay. Gotta watch. Well, hello, Roxanne. Hello. I mean, how are you today? The Brandon, Tennessee Pride. Hello from Tennessee. I said bye. Have a good night or a good evening. I don't know what time it is where you're at. It must be late in the evening. Yeah, bye-bye. Come back and see us whenever you can. We love to have you. Everybody tell Bus goodbye. So he'll come back again or she'll come back again. He gets propped up on 2 pillows and get up several times a night to check on him. It has been 20 years and he's just fine, huh? Yeah, I guess my next live will be a little bit different. I'm going to let people pop in and be up on the screen with me. I thought that would be fun for a change. Michelle, 3 months of sugar and spice and everything nice. I don't know what a CPAR machine is. About drowned you, I bet. Sugar and spice and everything nice. That's what little girls are made of. A CPAP machine. Oh, it's a machine you use if you have sleep apnea. I forgot to turn the dog pool off. I don't know where little buddy is right now. He came in, he was in part of the day today. He ate and then he took off. He'll be back. And the upkeep you have to do to keep it clean, huh? For about 8 years? Wow, that's a long time. Yeah, he's out prowling for girlfriends. Yeah, maybe he found a girlfriend. He's snuggling. He's snuggling up. Well, I don't know what'll take place with me in older days, but I hope I don't have to use any machines or any of this stuff. But you never know, you know. I know it's terrible when you can't sleep. I've go through that too. Some nights I'm up all night long. Other nights I only sleep for a while. The last couple of nights though, I've slept all night long. And I didn't even want to get out of bed the next morning. I just wanted to stay there and sleep some more. Is that one of the machines that has like a mask, an oxygen mask on it? The CPAP machine? It's raining. I can hear it hitting the house again. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I can handle that. I tried to wear my mask when I was sleeping, just for not breathing the dust in the air when the wind was blowing so bad back this summer. I'd wake up in the morning, my mask was gone. I don't know where it went. And I had to search around and find it in the bed. So somehow I took it off in my sleep and didn't realize it. He goes out when he wants to and he comes back in when he wants to. They stay warm. They know where to go to stay warm. I haven't heard him at the door. He'll be back though. And when he comes in, he's always dry. He's never wet. He's the man, little buddy. Yeah, he's the man. You lost your phone once and gone all night and you found it in your bed. I did that several nights. I'd wake up in the morning and my mask would be gone. And I think to myself, well, now I know I went to bed with my mask on. Where is it? And it was down under the sheet somewhere. I don't know how it got down there. My mom had sleep apnea too. She couldn't wear hers. She slept without her sleep machine, but she woke up gasping for oxygen, having a headache for lack of oxygen before she passed away. Oh, I'm so sorry, Teresa. I mean, when you're asleep, you want to roll over and, you just can't lay flat on your back constantly. Or I can't. I'd have to be knocked out just to lay flat on my back all the time. Yeah, the weatherman's predicted that we're going to have, it's not going to be freezing cold for Halloween, but it's going to be rainy. So it's going to probably be wet and nasty, but still people can get out if they want to. They can put rain gear on or something. Well, did that COPD, does it start with allergies, or how do that people get that? I don't know. I need to do some research on that. I'm getting hungry too, April. I haven't fixed dinner yet. What causes COPD? Does anybody know? Gotta go, dear. Dinner is done. Ready to dish out. Everyone have a relaxed Sunday and God bless. Well, you have a good rest of the day, Kimber. I'm glad you could come. By smoking, yeah. And see, I don't smoke. I've never smoked because I'm allergic to the smoke. And my mom never smoked. She never smoked a day in her life, but she ended up with COPD. And I figured maybe it was from her allergies. I don't know. Holiday, you say you've got COPD. Did they tell you what caused it? Well, you're welcome, Kimbra. I'm just happy you came in today. Have a good rest of the day and see you next time. Yeah, see, I've never smoked in my life. All of my problems, my coughing and sneezing and everything else is just allergies. I worked in a club for about a year one time where it was so smoky. Finally, I quit because the doctor told me you had to get out of that smoke. Even though I didn't smoke, I was breathing all that secondhand smoke, and it was making me sick. So I just quit. I said, well, my health means more to me than the few pennies they pay me an hour to work there. Holiday, you got inhalers. Well, the doctor gave me an inhaler to use for my allergies, but my chest so raw the first time I tried to use it. I literally couldn't breathe. It hurt so bad when that stuff hit my lungs. It burnt so bad. I mean, I was almost doubled over in pain. And I was afraid to use it again. And a friend of mine told me after that that that's how bad you needed it. She said usually it'll burn a little the first time you use it, but then after that it won't. And I remember the doctor asking me, he said, well, what happened the second time? I said, I don't know. I never tried it the second time. I said, it scared me so bad the first time. But see, I didn't know that at the time. I was thinking maybe of asking the doctor if I can try an inhaler again. Now that I know it usually burns the first time and it won't burn after that. Yeah, usually that's what people do with the inhaler. You just use it when you need it. And mine would be for, the allergies. Oh, wow, 2 different inhalers. That's as bad as I am. I used 2 different nasal sprays, and they're both prescription for allergies. Oh, you couldn't type on your, gonna have collard greens, half a pumpkin pie. Sounds good, April. Your mom quit smoking 50 years ago. She is 78 now. She has less than 2 years to live. 35 years ago, and she's tough. She says she's not going to till she decides. Well, sometimes they don't know. They tell you what they think. They did tell one of my aunts that if she didn't quit smoking, she was going to smoke herself to death. She didn't quit smoking, and she finally died. I don't know if the smoke is what killed her, but she did die after that. And I don't know, maybe if she'd have quit smoking, she may have lived longer. I have no idea. Well, hi, Gail. How are you doing? I just happened to see you pop in. I've tried to grow pumpkins the beginning of the summer and then later, but it's just been, the weather's been so off here in Texas that finally the vines died and I haven't replanted. I may try them again next year. I don't know. And I've got to figure out what's the best time to plant them here in Texas. Kimber says, why is it when you're talking, it mutters, bleeping in and out? I didn't know it did that. It shouldn't be doing that. Well, hi, Susan. I'm fine here, but it's rainy and cold. It's 45 degrees or 44 degrees right now. And it's raining, which we needed the rain desperately. But we've got 7 inches in the last 48 hours. Pumpkins grow on the dry side of the island. I'm still listening. I'm getting my first beef out. Smells good. Oh, I bet. Has anybody else noticed that my voice is cutting in and out? Gonna make Gladys hungry again. She's busy with the cookies. Lives with me. Over rec room into an apartment for her. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that the other day, Connie, that you converted that one room into a little apartment for your mom. I don't know why it would do that. I have no idea why it's doing that. I don't know if having it plugged in did anything, or has it been choppy the whole time? It's clear now. I think it was because I had the charger plugged into it. That might have made a difference. What do you mean any side is okay? Clear now. Okay. Okay now. Great. It's either the picture going in and out, or it's buffering, or the sound's messed up. There's always going to be something in there. I don't think I'll ever have it 100%. That rain is just making me cold. But I love listening to it. I love the sound of rain. I guess because I'm used to living in North Carolina, where it rains almost every day or every other day or so. Get a lot of rain there. Achy. Sure miss mine. I know my mom and dad both are gone, and I miss both of them desperately. I mean, it's just some days I just want to be able to pick up the phone and call mom and talk to her, and I know I can't do that. It could be the weather, maybe. I don't know. Maybe the weather's interfering with the Wi-Fi or something. Is it still choppy now? Or did it clear up any? Yeah, when you're with them all the time, it's even worse. I only got to see my mom about once a year after moving to Texas, which I'd hated because I was always close with my family. Yeah, I know. You got to have a direct line to heaven to be able to call them. I mean, if I lived in the same house with my mom and dad, or if they lived with me till they passed, then it would probably be worse because I'd be used to having them right there every day. Where with me, I only got to see them once a year when I went home on vacation. So it's a little bit different. Every time I turn around, I'm not expecting to see one of them there. But it's still terrible when you know, your parents are gone and you just love to give them a call and can't. I know, Mardell, it's terrible today. Even the older people that should be retired and just not have to worry about anything, most of them still have to work to be able to pay bills. It's awful. You were your mom's caretaker since she had dementia. None of them left. Oh. Well, all of my five brothers are still alive. All but one of the sister-in-laws is still alive because you know I lost one of those Christmas Eve morning, unfortunately, which was a shock and surprise to everybody. And I don't know that my brother will ever get over it. April says I took care of my mom and my husband. Well, that was good, Michelle. Boy, it feels like it's colder than 44 right now. I tell you, it feels like the temperature's dropping. I do miss my honey too. It's almost 2 years. That's why I'm crazy. 44 degrees is freezing, isn't it, April? Compared to the weather you're used to. It's just touching getting cold here. It'll be 31, what, Tuesday night, I think, or tomorrow night. One of the nights it's going to get down to 31. April's husband's been gone 3 years. I've got my little fireplace on heating up. I haven't turned the furnace on yet, but my little fireplace has kept the place pretty warm. But I'm here in the in bedroom, so not a lot of the heat gets in here from the fireplace. I mean, it's not cold, cold in here. It's just a little chilly. I look at the windows and I see the rain hitting the windows, and it makes me cold. Oh, wow. Not going to get above 40s until Wednesday and lows in the 20s. Ugh, that's cold. Gladys is telling me I need a wooden Indian to keep me warm. I don't know how warm a wooden Indian would keep me warm. He'd probably be cold. You have a heating pad to keep you warm. Well, I've got a heating pad if I need it for my back, but I haven't used it in a long time. But I've got an electric blanket on my bed. I can turn that blanket on and get my bed really nice and warm before I crawl in it. Roxanne, hello. It's 80 there? Oh my goodness. Cedar trees pop out pollen. Yeah, I know. And I've got cedar trees all over the place here. Cedar, mesquite, you name it. Oak trees. Mardell's got cats to keep her warm. Yeah, they like to cuddle too. I know I can't live without my electric blanket. Yeah, well, April, where you're at in Hawaii, you can do that. We don't dare leave our windows open. I wouldn't dare leave my windows open tonight. I'd freeze. I've got a smaller electric blanket for a twin bed that I can use as a throw and put it on me when I'm sitting on the couch watching TV if it gets too cold. And that'll keep me warm. I just keep it plugged in. Gladys says she needs an electric blanket. Yeah, I'm allergic to them too, Teresa. And I've got them all around my house. Yeah, tell us about it, April. You got that fresh ocean air. That's where I need to be. My allergies wouldn't bother me. When I lived on Oak Island, I wasn't bothered with allergies. Man, I moved to Texas, and 3 days after I got here, it made me sick, and I've been sick ever since. I'd love to be where I could breathe ocean air. Gladys, get you a blanket. Yeah, when you live at the ocean, unfortunately, if you have anything metal, automobiles, mobile homes, trailers, they do rust pretty fast because that salt air will rust something, I mean, really quick. I wrecked a 66 Chevrolet Impala back home because when I hit the brakes to stop, my brake line busted and I didn't have brakes. And I was going about 55, 60 miles an hour. And I rear-ended a car. But they were parked illegal. They shouldn't have been in front of me. But that's why the brake line busted. It living around the salt air, the salt water. The brake line rusted. And the pressure from me hitting the brakes just completely exploded the brake line. So you have to be careful with that if you have a car very long to get it checked out. High-low is the windward side. Our road salt eats our cars up here. 6 months of salt. Yeah, it will. They're going to end up making our automobiles out of plastic before it's over with. They'll all be fiberglass or something that won't rust. Oh, really, Teresa? Said your husband drove to Stephenville about 40 miles from our house. He went to get some posts to 14-foot gates. He bought from a lady in Granbury last week. Wow. Hi, Randy. How are you doing today? We got TT Sharon in here. TTT Sharon. Getting a few more people coming in. I was in Granbury last week. It was way bigger town than I thought. Yeah, the city limits are not very far out, so they still call it small town USA. But there's so many subdivisions of new brick homes and everything else built all around Granbury. It's unreal. I mean, our high school, the school got so big out here that they had to build a separate school for the ninth grade. And now they built a new school up at the high school just for the ninth grade. They closed the old one down and they use it for an admin building now for all of the offices. Yeah, it's kind of nice out here. And we've got so many restaurants now, you don't have to go anywhere else to eat. Just pick what you want to eat and you can find a restaurant that serves that kind of food. The only thing that I would love for them to have in Granbury that they don't have is an Olive Garden or a Red Lobster. I would love those two restaurants to be here. Yeah, there's nice parks. I'm good, Randy. How are you? Good to see you that you're feeling good. It got cold on us. It's 44 degrees right here now, and it's raining today. I guess the town has to be a certain size for them to put in a Red Lobster or an Olive Garden. Teresa said it's 35 degrees there now. Whew. You're even colder than it is here. We either get stash houses, Dollar Generals, or Cassie's. Huh? 60 degrees where Boulder City is at, and windy. We did have like 3 General Dollars here, but I think there's only one left here now. And there's one left over in Acton, the small outer town from here. Yeah, it's beautiful country in Colorado. I went to Colorado one time. Oh, wow, only an hour away, and you're 35 and I'm 44. Mm. Yeah, the wind cuts right through you, usually when it's cold weather. Your ex-sister-in-law is from Colorado, Teresa. In Boulder City, you have 19 bars. Oh my God. It must be a big town. Have that many bars. Your son is in Michigan, April. It's cold in Michigan. Michigan, Minnesota, any of those places, it's colder than here. Oh, I see you in rehab. In Granbury, I think they've only got maybe two bars here where people go out to drink and dance, have a good time. I don't usually go. I used to go out quite a bit, even though I don't drink. I'd go out because some of my friends were there and we just dance. I drank Coca-Cola with no alcohol. Do you want to hear a dirty joke? The boy fell in the mud. I don't know, Gladys. Do we want to hear a dirty joke? No, I haven't either. I guess she's been too busy. But he lives there. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. There's only two here. Yeah, right, Mardell. That's what I've been told. You're just a cheap date. You don't have to buy me alcohol. Martha Medina wants to know what your dirty joke is, Gladys. Gladys said her and Elvis got married, that she was on her honeymoon. Oh my God, your weather app says 39, but your thermometer on your porch says 35. Oh, that's cold. I never have drank alcohol. I mean, I've occasionally drank a beer, but if I did, it was like one a year because I just don't drink. Never have really wanted to. Gladys, you and Elvis, well, you caught a good one. I know. What is her wooden Indian going to do with Elvis there? That was it. The boy fell in the mud. I didn't get that at all. Yeah, she don't need a blanket because Elvis is hot. Oh my God, you pickled your liver so. I've been sober almost 6 years. I'm so sorry, Mardell. Yeah, he fell in the mud because that's why it was a dirty joke. He got dirty from the mud. It just kind of jumped up and hit me. Mud is dirty. Gladys, are you still in Mardell's band? I don't know what we're going to do with Gladys. She's after all everybody's man. No man is safe around Gladys. Well, that was good, Mardell. They got it early so you don't have to take a bunch of medications. Yeah, it's got a good soaking, but it's going to get a good freeze by Tuesday night. It's supposed to get down to 31 degrees, so I don't know what'll survive if it gets down that low. No, she's man hungry. She's after all these men. That's why we don't have many men come into chat very often. She's after all of them. You only drank for graduation, prom, for my senior years in high school, a few times in college, and that was too much for me. Mm. Well, they say that the sun can cause skin cancer if you're out in it too much. But I've known people that worked in offices their whole life and never got out in the sun. And they were as white as a ghost and they still had skin cancer. So I think if you're meant to have it, you're going to have it. It doesn't matter what you do. Oh, that's what it was. It turned into scarring from fat. Well, I've got to bring my aloe vera in the house. And I don't know where in the world I'm going to put it. That plant is so big. I'm not going to put it in the greenhouse this year because last year the big one I had out there froze and it did not survive. Basically, everything I put out there except my collards froze. I mean, it's not going to hurt the rose cuttings I got out there. They're okay, but anything that I want to keep, I've got to bring in the house this year, which will be my little mother of millions plant, my aloe vera, and probably the insulin plant. But that one aloe vera is just so huge, I don't know where I'm going to put it. Got to find someplace, and I probably should think about bringing it in tonight. I mean, it'll survive at 38 degrees, but usually aloe veras don't like it below 40 degrees. Well, usually mums, Kimbra, will survive outside. And I've had mums that bloomed right on through the snow because they like the colder weather, but they don't like dry. They like a lot of water. Yeah, and the mums usually come back every year. I've got mums out in the rock garden, and those things have lived and bloomed right through snowy weather. I mean, it snowed on them, and there's mums sticking up out of the snow. Your addiction was caffeine and no, addiction was gambling and caffeine. Oh, wow, that's not a good combination. Not unless you won all the time. Now, that wouldn't be too bad, but usually with people with gambling addictions lose money. Or they usually lose more than they win, put it that way. Yeah, I love those Christmas cactus too, but they won't live in my house because my house does not get enough sun inside. Don't plant rubber plants near sewer pipes. Why, do they get in the sewer or? Yeah, probably they will turn brown if you don't give them enough water because they do like damp dirt. They like it wet. And the flowers will bloom and then they do die and then they'll die off and put out new flowers. So it goes in like a cycle. Because I've looked at mine sometimes and I thought to myself, oh my God, my plant's dying, but it was all the dead flowers. And once they fall off and go away, then all the new buds will come out and bloom. Moon was beautiful last night. I didn't see the moon last night. Sounds like we got wind coming up now. Wind and rain. Well, hi, Maria. How are you today? Yeah, a lot of people get addicted to a lot of different things. I sleep in the bed of my truck. It's fun on my own property. I hope you got something soft to sleep on. Air mattress, okay. Well, that's not so bad then, because those truck beds can be hard. Yes, it snuck up on me. We started going out once every 3 to 4 months and taking $20 and having a nice meal monthly and then weekly and so on. Yeah, can be addicting. I had a friend of mine, she said she went to Vegas about once a month, but she said it never cost her a dime because when she went, she gambled and she always won. She always won enough to pay for her trip, her flight, whatever she got when she was there, and money to bring home with her. I said, well, now that wouldn't be too bad as long as you're winning. But I said, in my case, I'd go there and lose. I probably wouldn't win enough to pay for my first trip. Oh, Maria's from South Carolina. Northeastern South Carolina. Anyone else in South Carolina? Your son got all new teeth? I need all new teeth. I'll probably just go to my son's house if I go anywhere. And that's a little over an hour drive from here. Oh, wow. You found him homeless in Rapid City, South Dakota? What was he doing in South Dakota? Oh, wow. Yeah, thank God you found your son. He was with a girl. How does Texas compare to North Carolina? Well, it's a hotter, drier climate out here. You know, we get quite a bit of rain in North Carolina where I'm from, and I'm from right along the East Coast where all the beaches and everything are. So we got a lot of rain. You got to deal with the hurricanes. Out here, it's a drought most of the summer. You do have to deal with tornadoes, but we don't get hurricanes up this way. But it is hot and dry compared to North Carolina being wet and humid all the time. Yeah, it's about time for me to go get something to eat. I'm getting hungry. We've been on here for a little over 2 hours. Aren't y'all tired yet? And my allergies are 10 times worse here in Texas than they ever were in North Carolina. You're eating your pumpkin and collard greens. You're waiting for the Bears game holiday. Bears game starts at 7:30. Yeah, it was just a stroke of luck that she was able to find her son. Oh, those ribs are sounding better and better all the time, Teresa. Guess you'll go to the beach when this is over. I wish I could just go to the beach when this was over. I'd have a long way to go to get to the beach. I hope my Wi-Fi is not buffering or anything. I know, it's so sad. I mean, did your son go there to go to work and just ended up homeless, or what happened, April? He went to meet up with the girl. Where is the girl now? Did she come back with you and your son, or did she stay there? Yeah, I like ribs with bone. You have an adopted sister who was homeless and using me for her needs. But once mom passed, I told her I couldn't do on my own, and she cussed me up and down, and now we have no contact. Well, I mean, you're only human just like everybody else, Susan. You can't lead and take care of other people's lives. I mean, yeah, it changed this month. Whenever it changes, what is it, the last day of the month? I don't even know. I have to look it up. I don't know what day the chime changes. Well, good. I just started to say maybe she was the bad influence on him. Yeah, it's usually the end of October, 1st of November, somewhere along in there. But it'll change because the days are getting shorter. November 5th. Sounds about right. That's true, Susan. When people come adults, they have to step up. They're responsible for their own self. They can't expect other people to take care of them constantly. I mean, I couldn't do that. I mean, I love my family too, but I've struggled just to take care of myself. I don't know how I would take care of other people too, you know? I mean, it would be impossible for me. The group is called Navigators. They find your loved ones for you. Well, good. I'm glad you found them. I didn't realize that, Mardell. I didn't know why they changed it. But that makes sense to keep kids safe. I mean, well, people, we've been on here for 2.5 hours. I know all of you want to go eat dinner or get stuff done. I don't want to keep you on here all night. You haven't been here that long. I know you haven't, Susan. Maybe you'll stay on a little bit longer. Yeah, if you help them and they're addicts, you're just enabling them to keep on with what they shouldn't be doing. Yeah, that's just it. When they're addicts, they can't think of anything except what they need at the time they need it. They don't stop to think about the other people that have been helping them, the struggles they go through trying to help them and support them. They have a one-track mind, and that's on their addiction. Thank you. Still miss him. Yeah, I've seen shows with these homeless people, and it is sad. So when she called asking again, I'd ask her what she needed. I would send it to her. Yeah, don't send the money, send what she needs. That's one thing I've always said, and I went back on my word the other day. I always said I would never give these people that are standing on the street asking for money. I would never, ever give them money, because a lot of them just take the money and go buy drugs. I said I would probably buy them something to eat and give it to them before I would give them money. And I went back on that one day out here a couple of weeks ago. I gave a lady $5 that was standing there, and she had a sign saying she was hungry. But she definitely did not look like a druggie. She didn't look like she was on anything. And I don't even know why I gave her $5, but I did. And then after I did it, I said, you know what? I can't believe I did that. Usually I don't give people money. I give them what they might need if I have it to give. Okay, Teresa. Glad you could make it to this one, and we'll see you next time. Have a good evening. Oh, wow, Connie, that's so generous of you. You prepare 100 sandwiches and go pass them out at the parking lot near the freeway. Oh, my goodness. What a nice thing to do. Yeah, I guess there was just something about this lady that was believable, that maybe she was really hungry. Linda, I'm hungry. Can you send me $6? I don't have $6. I know most people would have stopped, went in the Wendy's right, because she was standing in front of the Home Depot parking lot, and there's a Wendy's right up beside the street at Home Depot. And I should have went in Wendy's and bought her one of the $5 meals and brought it out to her and gave her the meal, is what I should have done. But I gave her the $5. Because I know I've seen on some of these homeless videos where you got these people that look homeless standing at the interstates with signs, out of work, need money for food or whatever. And that's what they do for a living. They walk 2 blocks away and get in a brand new automobile. And they're probably making the payments on that brand new car from the money people are giving them. So I'm kind of weary, about handing people money like that, because I definitely don't want to feed anybody's habit, when it comes to drugs or anything like that. Well, how nice, Connie. He sat there and ate it. I know some of these people that standing on those street corners and at the intersections of these interstates, they make more money than we do just by getting people to hand them money all day long. And they're not paying taxes. You're right. And I've often thought, if they're able, because some of them will say disabled, need money, and they look like they don't have a dime to their name, but anybody could dress up like that. But if they can stand on the roadside for 8 hours a day, I think they could go to work somewhere. And they're probably already getting either a disability check, probably not, they're probably getting retirement checks or like a military check a month. And they have no bills to pay off of it. And they're out there getting money from everybody that goes by to hand them money. And that's what they live on. My husband gave a man money. He told him he was hungry, and Mike watched him go into the door at Burger King and straight out the other door without buying anything, Maria? Or did he go in and get something to eat and walk out the other door? But it sounds like he just walked in one door to make it look like he was going to buy something, and he didn't. They all live in the same house and take turns on the same corner. Well, sometimes you look okay from the outside but can't do it inside. Well, yeah, that's true. Gladys is going out on the town. Yeah, it's hard to tell. You just never know about some people. There's generally, I know some people that are out there, they really need the money. I know that. But it's like my mom told me one time, we were talking about the homeless people in New York, because that's where she's from. And she said, well, you can't help some of them, because she said some of them were homeless because that's what they wanted. They don't want responsibility to pay bills, to keep them in a, with a roof over their head. They don't want to pay gas bills or rent or anything each month. So they choose to live on the street. And other people would jump at the chance to get off the street. So you just never know. Didn't buy anything. Yeah, he just wanted the money. And he probably went to get alcohol or something he didn't really need with the money. April says, I help a girl who's homeless in her car. She lives in her car. Yeah, that's sad. There's so many people you hear of that are doing that today. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that need help. I was watching a video from Japan, how they, instead of having homeless people, they have like these one room little, they're almost like the size of a walk-in closet. You basically have a single bed, you have room for a desk, there's a community shower and bath out in the hall. You have to come out of your room and go down the hall to go to the restroom and take a shower and all that. But their rent is only like $150 a month for their room that's heated, and cooled in the summer, heated in the winter. And some of them are even less than that, depending on what part of the city you go in. And a lot of people rent those rooms like that just to be close to their jobs, to save money, to be able to get into a really nice place. And some live their whole lives in those one rooms because they can't afford to go anywhere else. And I said, man, we need something like that in the United States because there's so many homeless people out there. But I mean, they don't rent those rooms to drunks and drug addicts and stuff like that. I mean, they're decent people that are living there, I said I'd hate to have to live in one room, but if you're working during the day, you're only in that room for the most part at night when you go to bed and go to sleep. And if you got a place that you can shower and a warm place with a bed that you can sleep at night, and you wanted to save money, that was the perfect way to do it. And some of them even have like almost like a soup kitchen, as we would call it, where they hand out food for the people during the day. I know it's a shame, April. There's so many kids out there with no showers and they have to go to school dirty, no clean clothes. And it's not the kids' fault. Yeah, it is sad. I know I worked for a substitute teacher for quite a few years, and I worked every single day in one of the schools here. I mean, they kept me busy every day. And I got to the place where I'd take a really big bag with me. It looked like a big purse, but it was a bag. And I always had pencils, pens, markers, um, little bitty staple guns with staples, erasers, all kind of stuff that the kids were always running out of and didn't have. And I'd just give it to them. I would take the little spiral books, with the blank paper in it. I'd take that. Sometimes I'd just take packs of paper, and if they needed paper, I'd give them a few sheets of paper. I mean, I just hated to see it. Because the schools here don't supply the school supplies. The kids do. The parents have to buy their notebooks, their paper, their pencils, everything they need in school. Except for a textbook. I said it was a lot different than North Carolina, where they basically supplied everything the kids needed. I think the only thing we bought was paper and pencils when I went to school in North Carolina. I mean, it may be different there now. I don't know. Anybody want to come? Make those pumpkin bars? Well, that sounds good, Holiday. I want some pumpkin bars. Well, as much as I love being in the chat, we've been in here for almost 3 hours. I've got to go. My stomach's growling. I'm hungry. I need some dinner. And I'm sure other people have so much that they need to do right now. So I love all of you. Stay safe, stay warm, stay dry. Like, share, and subscribe to my videos. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Love y'all.